What up? It's your boy K-Blao, Hood X. Make sure you sign up for hoodx.com. Also, make sure you check out my other site, corporatealgorithm.ning.com. I'm going to leave a description. A link in the description. Sorry about that. Astrology has a certain thing about itself. Is that, like, if you don't know it, you don't know what you're missing. I have another website called corporatealgorithm.ning.com, and it's kind of like the same thing about astrology. And they're like, if you don't understand algorithms, you don't know what you're missing. All right, now we live in a world now where algorithms, literally, like your personality traits are kind of like algorithms. You know what I'm saying? In my terminology of things, and that the way that you like, you come from, you Aquarius, you're gonna behave this way. The patterns of that behavior, to me, are known as what's called algorithms. Now, you got algorithms like Google. Like, if you go on Google, like, an algorithm is basically what an algorithm is like a pattern of data. You know what I'm saying? And like the formulas that get created from the patterns of data. So, like, if you follow my channel, you see, like, I study a lot of signs and the patterns of their behavior. You know what I'm saying? The same patterns that people keep making over and over again based on their zodiac sign. You see what I'm saying? So eventually it becomes an algorithm. You know what I'm saying? Where, like, I can start predicting what's gonna happen in certain situations. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I say it's the difference between psychics and intuition. And that, like, intuition is a feeling, but, like, psychics, like, kind of know. We know, like, okay, in this type of situation, like 90% of the time, this person is gonna respond this way. You see what I'm saying? So, like, that becomes like an algorithm. So it's like when you're on Google and you looking up, like, when I'm on my this page, I have multiple Google pages. You know what I'm saying? So, like, when I'm on this page, you know, Google, also YouTube, the things that they offer me are kind of congruent toward the things I'm talking about: astrology, hip hop, maybe a couple wrestling videos, stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Things to better your life. These are the things that YouTube and Google constantly sending me on this profile. But when I log into my other profile with Corporate Algorithm, you know, they offer me, you know, trading strategies and investment strategies and ways to save money, ways to make money, stuff like that. Like, ways to make money on Amazon, eBay. You know, that's what's in. It's the difference between that algorithm. A lot of times, because I have multiple personalities and I search for things. You know, even though I'm logged into my stock profile, I'll still be looking up astrology stuff, and vice versa. I'll be in my astrology profile and I'm looking up stock stuff. So a lot of times Google don't know what the fuck to send me, and they're just sending me random shit because, like, I'll be so all over the place. Like, Google can't figure out my algorithm. You know what I'm saying? Because I study so much shit. You see what I'm saying? So a lot of times they think I'm a fucking scammer, and I research so much. It looks like to them random information. So it's a lot more difficult for they know my algorithm, but it's a more random algorithm. So same thing, like, you go on eBay, you look up some stuff that you might want to buy, and then you go on Facebook and you see Facebook offering you the same stuff that you say. You're like, man, how the fuck did Facebook know that I was trying to buy this on eBay? You know what I'm saying? Because, like, they know your algorithm. You know, so the patterns of the things that you're looking at. You know, so when you're on Facebook, your friends. Facebook don't show you all of the posts. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're looking at, scrolling your Facebook, looking at posts, they have an algorithm. Facebook has an algorithm that only shows you certain things that they think that you want to see. So that's why you don't necessarily see a lot of the posts from your friends and stuff like that, because Facebook algorithm only shows you, like, popular stuff from the friends that you follow the most. Why is this important? Because just like astrology, before you start studying astrology, you gotta remember that, like, and a lot of times this is what a lot of people forget, is that how far you've come through studying astrology, that you forgot what it was like before you knew better. So, like, before you knew about astrology, you kind of clumped everybody into one group and think that everybody's behavior is kind of, for the most part, kind of the same. Like, men are men, women are women, and, like, you didn't know that there were different styles of human personality through zodiac and astrology. You know what I'm saying? And as you continue to study zodiac and astrology, you start to see how motherfuckers cannot drive. Motherfuckers cannot fucking drive. You start to see how people personality go beyond astrology. You know what I'm saying? How astrology is not a gospel per se. It's just a good communication tool to describe predictable traits in people's personalities based on when they was born. So the more you study astrology, you start to see that, like, you know, it's bigger than astrology. Well, when you translate this same thought over into algorithms, the way you approach a lot of information, you know, just like the way you approach a computer, you know, a lot of the way you sit down in front of your computer, go look up information. You know, the way that it gets, the way that it moves through the way the information moves through your head. You're not labeling it like the same way how you label personalities with astrology. You may find that you're not labeling the way that the thoughts come to you. So, like, when I sit down in front of my computer, you know what I'm saying? Like, the same, I use Chrome, Google Chrome, for a lot of stuff more than anything, because these people cannot drive. Because, you know, the same settings that I have in my Chrome on my phone translate over to my computer. So, like, when I bookmark stuff, you know, all my bookmarks are, they translate the same bookmarks I got on my phone or the same bookmarks I got on the computer, and they sync with each other. You know, so why is this important? Well, the more good I get at bookmarking, I start to see the patterns of how I start to look at information. You see what I'm saying? You know, example, I have to be good at bookmarking. Because this is literally the same thing in astrology, and that, like, you're grouping your thoughts into places where you have reference points where you can automatically get to them without having to touch the keyboard, without having to think about it, nothing. Like, it's automatic, it's already there. You're taking the thoughts in your head and placing them in columns and putting it on your Google Chrome bar. You see what I'm saying? So, like, no matter where you go, all you gotta do is log into Chrome, and all my bookmarks are right there. No matter where I go, I have the same internet experience no matter where I go. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of difficult to understand for people who don't have this. You know what I'm saying? And then, like, if you would go back to when you first got on the internet, like, when the first time I ever got on the internet was back in AOL, and, like, when they had Net Zero, and when they had AOL chat rooms and shit like that. This is back before even Kazaa and LimeWire, and, like, way the fuck back in that, before you could even download. Like, you go back to, you think back when you first got on the internet, maybe some of you remember LimeWire and Kazaa and fucking Rotten.com, and, like, some of them old sites from back in the day that, like, was brand new. Well, before you start tripping off that thought, imagine you had every page bookmarked. From the first time you ever got on the internet, you knew exactly how to navigate to that page within 3 to 5 seconds of the thought, and then, like, you knew where it was stored in the bookmark. Because the bookmarks are not just in my browser; they're also in my head. It's like setting up a fortress of thoughts. You know what I'm saying? And that there's no random thoughts. There's no random pages. You know, a lot of people who do photography, for example, like me, or me, I do music. You know what I'm saying? In my computer. When I do music, you know what I'm saying? Every record take that somebody records, you know what I'm saying? Not the song, but the record take, meaning that, like, if you sing a verse and then you sing a second verse, and you sing a third verse, and then somebody else comes behind you, do a whole different song, they sing a first verse, so next person sings second verse, third verse, boom, next song. First verse, second verse, third verse, boom, next song. First verse, second verse, third verse, boom, next song. What ends up happening is that all of those record takes, each verse, all go into the same fucking folder. You know what I'm saying? So when you go back to play the second or third song, you know what I'm saying, you're going to hear somebody else's verse on somebody else's song, because they all went into the same folder. That's why you got to set a new folder for every song that you do. Because if not, all those record takes are going to go to the same folder. It's going to blend in with all of the songs. Same thing, a lot of people, photographers who take a lot of pictures, you know, when they ingest it into their computer, all those pictures go into one big ass folder. So they literally have to sit there and organize the themes of the pictures into folders. The same thought is how you need to approach the internet. And a lot of times, most people approach the internet with all that shit scrambled into fucking, like, one scrambled ass thought, like alphabet soup almost. What you do when you bookmarking is literally like laying it out: A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P. You know what I'm saying? When you approach the internet like alphabet soup, you're looking at all these letters all at the same time, they all scramble. You know what I'm saying? Bookmarking, especially through the same browser, when you log into Chrome, this is why you got to go into Chrome and log into Chrome, just like on your phone, log into Chrome and start bookmarking. And like, what you're going to start to see is that you're going to start to notice the pattern of your algorithm. You're going to see your algorithm come to life. You're going to start to notice the pages you're in. Now, mind you, it's not just bookmarking, because other platforms have interfaces of sort of bookmarking themselves, and then like YouTube, you can make playlists. Like you can make like you listen to, like if you watch a lot of astrology videos, you should be making playlists. There's a lot of, some people are familiar with this, some people are not. But like the better you get at making playlists on YouTube, you're saying the less and less you have to go look for videos later on. When you save them all, you can save posts on Facebook. A lot of people don't know this. When you're scrolling through Facebook, you see something interesting, you can save it. So saying, go back through your saved posts. You can also unfollow people on Facebook instead of unfriending them. You know what I'm saying? And set your feed up, like, because when you friend somebody on Facebook, they automatically make you follow them. You might not even want to follow this person. You might just want to be adding them to contact them, but don't necessarily you want to see everything that they post. They just recently added a snooze button, which means that like you can basically turn off their notifications for about a month. But like I do a lot of unfollowing, you know what I'm saying, from ignorant things on my posts, because I streamline my posts, and like I only want to see things that I want to see. Like I do not follow anybody on Facebook that I do not want. My algorithm, my Facebook algorithm is tight. And like, you know what I'm saying, Facebook is literally, I told you, their algorithm is literally like when you dump all those pictures into one folder, when you dump all your record text into one folder, it's like literally scrambled, because they make you follow everybody that you become friends with. And they start to watch your algorithm and watch what you post that you like and what you don't like, and they start to see what you like and what you don't like. So that's all they start offering. And that's how they offer you like the most ignorant, stupidest shit, because the ignorant and stupidest shit is usually the most popular shit. So that's why all the people on Facebook are always cracking jokes and saying, you know, things that aren't even fucking relevant. You know what I'm saying? So Facebook algorithm is based on entertainment. You know what I'm saying? Whereas like if you try to do business, you want to go like LinkedIn or like all these other sites where some different sites have different types of algorithms as far as what they're gonna push to the front. Your algorithm is totally, because you don't have your own algorithm like bookmarked into, you know what I'm saying, or saved. You know what I'm saying? Whether you're on YouTube, whether you're on Facebook, whether you're on Google, or you know what I'm saying, any site. The reason, you know what I'm saying, that you're not that you're using their algorithm is because you do not have one of your own. That's what corporate algorithm is for. It's like, okay, I'm gonna show you your algorithm. You know what I'm saying? And it starts with getting really, really good at bookmarking. You know what I'm saying? Like every page, like if you pay your bills online, you want to put all of your bills, all those pages right in one folder. Your family, like if you need to find your family, you want to have all of those people bookmarked into a folder on your computer. You know what I'm saying? To get to Google, like, I don't even touch my keyboard. To get to Google, I just go right on I click it, it's right on my bookmark tab. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because I go to Google all the time, so like I don't want to have to sit here and type Google every time. I put it right there on my bookmark tab. Boom, I click right on it. Just like my email. My email is right on my bookmark tab. I don't have to go and type in. It's a Gmail or Hotmail, or, you know what I'm saying? I don't have to type it in. I don't even have to touch the keyboard. I just go right to it. Boom, navigate right to it. You know what I'm saying? I save everything in some type of folder, folders within folders. I am really good at bookmarking. You know what I'm saying? This is what I highly suggest to get started with corporate algorithms. Like, this is what leads later on to growth. And that, like, your mind's going to stop you from doing, it's just like astrology. And that, like, your mind's going to, like, when you first start studying astrology, your mind's like, oh, astrology is bullshit. And then, like, it ain't real. Like, you see what I'm saying? Your mind's going to stop you from doing everything that I'm saying. Just like when you first start studying astrology, because it's a new platform, it's a new thing to learn. You know what I'm saying? This is one thing I really had noticed. That's why I really had, and just like when astrology, you get to a point where you start forcing yourself to learn the thing, you know what I'm saying, to learn it, and all of a sudden you can spit it out better than you ever thought. So this platform is a lot like that. It's like learning new systems. Just like stocks. When I learned stocks, like I didn't know shit about stocks about maybe 3-4 years ago, but I knew that if I could learn astrology, I knew I could learn stocks, and then like it was literally the same thing, just forcing myself to read things that I didn't understand. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times you fall asleep. You know what I'm saying? Like when I first started studying astrology, I was falling asleep to a lot of shit all the time, and like waking up and having to keep reading, and like you get to the point where you stop falling asleep, and then you literally absorbing the information. You know what I'm saying? Stocks, learning stocks literally works the same way. It's kind of the same patterns of astrology that you see in the stock market. You know what I'm saying? And also in your algorithm, and the way that your subconscious navigates you through your internet experience. You know what I'm saying? So like you coming along on my channel, you know what I'm saying? Like technically, if you on YouTube and you log into your YouTube account, like my video along with most videos should be in a like a folder, like a bookmark, like a list of playlists. You know what I'm saying? Of videos that have to do with astrology. You know what I'm saying? And which help navigate you to start moving into other areas of data that you what I'm saying? Because when you see all you have is astrology, you're going to start to see that, okay, I'm obsessed with astrology type shit. You know, okay, I need to start looking at some other shit. Maybe I want to start looking at business or sports or, romance or fucking, relationships or health or, you know what I'm saying? You start bookmarking and making playlists for other topics that dominate your life. So I'm saying you don't want to get too obsessed on one particular area of bookmarking. You know what I'm saying? That's why this shit is super important. So I just want to make this rant real quick. This is the first one. So make sure you sign up for corporatealgorithm.name.com, which is my other site where we teach these things. If you got any questions, you know what I'm saying, just leave it in the comments below. You know what I'm saying? I will get at you. All right? Peace.